Good evening, friends. This is your girl from Mel's Match Chat, and this is your official WWE Elimination Chamber Review 2024 Perth. How is everybody's Saturday doing? Oh my God, these fucking pay-per-views early in the morning are not for the faint of heart. I've actually done New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom, and I am telling you, if you think this was early, get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell me how it is, okay? But the matches were great. The flow of the show was great. It was over really quickly. You blinked, it was over, and I love that shit. It makes you want more. It makes you want to go and get more people. For a person that is a black and gold girl, I kid you not, I was fucking thrilled with myself. And very predictable. It was very predictable. I called all the matches. I was legitimately like, the only one that I really wanted was the women's tag team titles, but we all knew that the Kabuki Warriors were going to retain. So unfortunately that was that, but on the main card, I knew it. If you think that what do you call that? The Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate was going to win, you're out of your mind. And somehow R-Truth is stuck in Austria, not Australia. So that was pretty hilarious. So I don't know if I want my hair on this side or the other side. Just, it is what it is. But anywho, I'm going to give you the run through. I'm going to go over all the matches, and I'll give you my thoughts as we're going along. But please do me a favor. Go and like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you will know about it. Also, please go follow me on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, X, and Cameo. Find me on there, all Mel's Match Chat. Please also go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. If you have a beard or you know somebody that has one and they want to keep it tight, recommend Maestro Classics. We've got graduations. We've got vacations coming up. We've got a lot of shit coming up. Father's Day is going to be here when you at least expect it. So please do me a favor. If you have that special person with a beard in your life and they want to get good high quality products, go to maestroclassics.com. If you are in the market to get the artillery to murder your thirst, please go visit the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Go to their website and get all your artillery. They have spring water, unflavored seltzer water, flavored seltzer water, iced tea, and now they have packets to make your drinks into sports drinks. And if you're an adult, please drink responsibly. You can use them as mixers. And please, no underage drinking. And if you're going to use that as a mixers, please find yourself a designated driver. If you're a coffee aficionado, just like me, but also like a little bit of the undead, do yourself a favor and go to Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com and visit their website for all your coffee essentials. If you also are into goth and everything like that, which little do you know, I mean, I'm wearing the pink, but I'm dark on the inside. Go check them out, and they have righteous stuff. Go check that out. Please, if you are into local independent wrestling promotions, please go check out House of Glory at hogwrestling.net. Saturday, March 2nd, which is, I believe, this Saturday coming up, we have an event called Reckoning. We have debut of Mustafa Ali, who last night won the X Division title from TNA. He will be taking on former X Division title champion and world champion Alex Shelley. For the Crown Jewel Championship, Lo Sombra versus Lance Anoa'i. Hog World Championship, Mike Santana versus Penta El Zero Miedo. Sweet Cheeks versus Danhausen. I'm just letting you know that's your break match, okay? Also, they are no longer on the Premier app. They're back on Fight app, which is now Thriller app. So go download it. They have a Thriller Plus, which means that you could pay and you could get more stuff, not just the free stuff. So on Friday, April 5th, they are going to be doing a joint show with Wrestling Revolver. And it will be on WrestleMania weekend, April 5th, Friday. We have Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red, Alex Shelley versus the Hog World Champion Mike Santana. The Rascals, Grizzled Young Veterans, will be there. And Steve Macklin versus Charles Mason. Saturday, March 25th, Boston, El Helio Vikingo will be there on the card, and he is the AAA Mega Champion from AAA Mexico. All right, let's get this started. We're going to do the pre-show match, which was Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, Australia's own, versus the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka. They had a pre-show. They were just basically talking about the card and building everything up. So I'm not going to waste the time to go through that. And I'm just going to get to the meat and potatoes of the event. So the pre-match starts off with Hartwell and Sane as both women feel each other out. Hartwell and LeRae then double team Sane and gain the early advantage. Zayn then takes control and Asuka tags in. LeRae then takes the fight to Asuka and sends her into the corner. LeRae then hits a senton on Asuka and gets a 2 count. Zayn then kicks LeRae and knocks her off the top rope, which helps Asuka gain the upper hand. Zayn then tags in Asuka, stops LeRae from getting back into the match. The Kabuki Warriors then double team LeRae. Asuka then knocks Hartwell off the apron. Zayn and Asuka then continue to double team LeRae. LeRae then gets back into the match and tags in Hartwell who knocks the Fury of Opposition down with a Fury of Offense. Hartwell then sends Asuka to the outside. LeRae then tags in and challenges double team Asuka. LeRae then dives onto Zayn at the ringside. Hartwell then gets a 2 count with a roll up. LeRae then tags in, but Zayn trips her up on the top rope. Zayn then slams Hartwell into the ring post. Asuka and Zayn then hits an assistant insane elbow on Hartwell for the win, and they retain the titles. After the match, the live audience gives Hartwell a standing ovation. And I thought, at the end, Hartwell was going to turn heel. So now we're going to go to the main card, which we started off the women's elimination chamber match. The winner will be taking on the winner of the Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax, which I am so fucking glad they main evented and beyond deserved. We had Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Raquel Rodriguez. There is somebody in my chat, and I don't know who. Hey, Larry Olson, how are you? Happy Saturday. Larry, love you. Welcome aboard. So the match starts off with Naomi, and the man Becky Lynch, and both women are evenly matched early on. Both women then trade pin attempts, and Naomi slams Lynch headfirst into the turnbuckle. Lynch then responds with a kick. Naomi then climbs up the wall of the chamber and uses her legs to slam Lynch into it. Naomi then dives on the top of Lynch and gets a 2 count. Stratton then enters the match and takes the fight to Lynch and Naomi. Stratton delivers a spinebuster on Lynch. Naomi then dives onto Lynch and nails Stratton with a crossbody. Stratton then nails Lynch with a lariat. Stratton then slams Lynch and delivers a slam on Naomi. Lynch then hits a Russian leg sweep off the second rope. Liv Morgan then enters the match and takes control. Morgan slams Stratton into the pods multiple times and delivers a fury of offense. Stratton then rocks Morgan with a kick to the face. Naomi then reverses a slam and climbs on the chamber wall. Lynch then suplexes Stratton into the chamber wall and locks her in with a disarmer finisher. Naomi then hits a diving blockbuster off the pod onto Morgan. Stratton then pins Naomi and eliminates her. I like the fact that they didn't do a they were trying to stop the pin attempts. Why would you want to stop a pin attempt? You're trying to eliminate the person. That made, in back situations, I didn't understand why they stopped the pin. Let them pin each other. You don't have to do the work. It doesn't make sense. And I saw that, and that was awesome. That was cool. Stratton eliminates and Naomi is eliminate Naomi and pins Naomi and eliminates her. So that was cool. That Raquel Rodriguez then enters the match and overpowers all her opposition. Rodriguez slams Stratton and then slams Lynch onto the chamber wall and sends her back into the ring. Rodriguez then counters Stratton and sends her into the chamber wall. Rodriguez then hits a suplex on Morgan into the cage. The cage wall. Lynch and Stratton and Morgan gang up on Rodriguez. Belair then enters the match and slams Stratton onto the chamber wall. Belair takes control and delivers a spinebuster on Stratton. Belair then nails Rodriguez with a DDT on the floor of the chamber. Morgan then jumps on the top of Rodriguez from the top of the pod. Stratton and Lynch then battle on top of the pod. Stratton then pushes Lynch off and lands on Rodriguez. Stratton then jumps on the top of the pod onto the opponent. Stratton then slams Morgan, but Morgan answers back with an Oblivion finisher to eliminate Stratton. And I'm glad that she got that elimination. Rodriguez tries to gain some momentum in the match and slams Belair into the chamber and then nails her with a powerbomb. Rodriguez then chokeslams Morgan. Lynch then locks Rodriguez in a disarmer, her finisher, and transitions into an armbar, but Rodriguez powers her way out of it. Belair then hits Rodriguez with a KOD finisher to eliminate her from the match after she powerbombed Morgan and Lynch. Belair then sends Lynch into Morgan and hits a moonsault onto both of them. Belair then sends Lynch to the outside. Belair then counters Morgan and slams her onto the chamber wall. Belair then slams Lynch into the chamber wall. Morgan then sends Belair into a pod. Morgan then powerbombs Belair. Lynch then delivers a dropkick to Morgan. Lynch then blocks a 450 splash attempt by Belair. Morgan then counters a KOD attempt by Belair. Belair then thwarts a slam attempt by Lynch. Lynch then escapes the KOD attempt from Belair, and Morgan eliminates Belair from the match. Lynch then immediately hits her manhandle slam finisher on Morgan to win the match, and she will be taking on the winner of the women's title match at the end of the evening. Oh, Belair was pissed off. She was pissed off. Oh, my God. And I love to see it. Because you know why they were pushing her basically this month. Wait till February is over and it's going to be poof. Bianca Belair who? So then we go right to the next match. We have the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions, which are the members of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, Senor Money in the Bank, versus the new Catch Republic, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne versus the Big Strong Boy Tyler Bate. So before the match officially got underway, Dirty Dom Mysterio grabs the mic and gets booed out of the building as introduced Balor and Priest. The match starts off with Bate and Balor, and Bate gets an early advantage. Bate hits head scissors takedown on Balor. Then Dunne tags into the match and ground and pound Balor. Bate and Dunne then hit a double team. Balor maintains the upper hand in the match. Priest then tags in and takes control. Balor and Priest then isolate Bate from his corner. Dirty Dominic Mysterio then hits a cheap on Bate, and the Judgment Day further controls the match. Priest then sends Dunne crashing to the floor. Bate then tries to get back into the match and takes Dunne in. Dunne then destroys the opposition with a flurry of offense. Dunne then hits a diving moonsault onto Priest and Balor. Balor then stomps the big strong boy. Priest then tags in and blasts Pete with a kick. Priest then knocks Bate out with a clothesline. Balor and Priest then double teams Bate, and Bate responds by slamming Balor down, hitting an airplane spin on Priest. That made me fucking nauseous, and that was early this morning. Dunne then tags in Bate and dives on the top Priest. Dunne then hits Balor with a bitter end, but Dominic pulls Balor's foot underneath the ropes. The referee then ejects Dominic from ringside. Balor hits Dunne with a sling blade. Dunne then moves away from a coup de grace, attempts and snaps Balor's fingers. By the way, speaking of fingers, Balor broke his thumb and he popped it back into place. He was coming off the coup de grace before he pinned Dunne. Go back and watch it. It was nasty. His thumb went like this. It was like, I think it was this way. Like it was turned this way. Oh my God, that must have fucking hurt. Balor then hits a sling blade with. Balor hits Dunne with a sling blade. Oh, I'm rereading. Attempt. Bate and Dunne then slam Balor, but Priest breaks up the pin attempt. Balor then slams Bate for a 2 count, then counters the razor's edge from Priest and rolls Priest up for a 2 count. Dunne and Bate then double team Priest and slam him for a near fall. Bate and Dunne then deliver some right hands and kicks to Priest. Priest then slams both Bate and Dunne, and Balor hits a coup de grace finisher for a 1, 2, 3, and they retain the titles. After this match, there was a video package that aired highlighting the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes' journey to WrestleMania 40. Austin Theory, who is already in the ring, is introduced. Theory then welcomes everyone to Austin Theory Live and takes some shots at the Australian culture. Theory then introduces Australians' own Grayson Waller, and Waller makes his way out to the ring. Waller then makes his way to ringside and does a shoey with the UFC heavyweight contender and fellow Australian native Tai Tuivasa. If I fuck up the names, I apologize in the long run and in the future, okay? Any names I fuck up, I am sorry ahead of time. It's going to be one of those heed my warning situations at the beginning of each show now. Waller enters the ring and does Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi chant, and the crowd then introduces the world heavyweight champion Seth freaking Rollins and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Waller then asks for a moment to acknowledge the tribal chief Roman Reigns, which The Rock hasn't acknowledged him as the tribal chief or the head of the table. I just want to put that out there. Waller then asks Rollins who he wants to face at WrestleMania 40. Rollins says he's just days away from being medically cleared to compete. Rollins then says no matter who wins the men's elimination chamber match, they don't stand a chance against him, that he will put on a show. Waller then says that Roman Reigns was going to face The Rock, but Cody Rhodes took that away from the fans. He was this close to fucking explaining of why he did what he did. We're getting there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there before WrestleMania. I have this feeling. Rhodes then tells Waller not to get it twisted. Rhodes then says he's a fan of The Rock and asks if there are any Cody crybabies in the house, in which he gets a lot of cheers. Rhodes then talks about stepping back into WrestleMania picture. Rhodes then says you have to actually be around the people to be the people's champion. Mazel tov. Rhodes then says his schedule is wide open until WrestleMania 40 and he wants to wrestle The Rock anytime, any place in a singles match. Rollins then puts his hand on Cody's shoulder and says it's time to cut the head off the snake once and for all. Rollins tells Rhodes there is no such thing as one-on-one with the bloodline, so he will not be fighting that battle alone. Theory then does The Rock, it doesn't matter what you think tagline on Rhodes and mocks the American Nightmares finishing the story angle as well. Theory then goes to do if you smell tagline of The Rock, but Rollins and Rhodes attack him. Rollins then hits the stomp and Theory to end the segment. We get a video package of what WWE superstars did during their time in Australia prior to the Elimination Chamber Perth Premium Live event with voice-over comments from commentary. I like that. You send these people over, and it's not just a one-day thing. And I'm liking the fact that they are making it more of a bigger thing. They're getting a regular PLE, but they're making it feel like it's like the biggest thing down there. And the revenue down there was crazy. I mean, Jesus Christ, in the store that they were having, holy shit, there were lines up the fucking ass there. Jesus Christ. I cannot wait to find out the figures of how much they made in Australia this week. I'm really curious. The men's elimination chamber match. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, yeah, Kevin Owens, and the United States champion Logan Paul. The match starts off with Knight and McIntyre. Both men trade shots. McIntyre then does the CM Punk taunt and goes for the GTS, but Knight counters. Knight then hits a shoulder block on McIntyre and slams McIntyre into the chamber wall. Knight then bashes McIntyre's head into the chamber wall several times. Kevin Owens then enters the match and takes charge with a flurry of offense. Owens then drop kicks Knight with a choke slam and then gets 2 count with a frog splash. Owens then hits a codebreaker on McIntyre and lands on Knight. McIntyre then jumps on top of Owens and Knight. Bobby Lashley then enters the match and gains the upper hand. McIntyre then suplexes Lashley and Lashley sends McIntyre into the cage wall. Lashley then suplexes McIntyre onto the floor. Lashley then slams McIntyre for a 2 count. Randy Orton then enters the match and fires up with a fury of offense. Orton then hits a spike DDT onto the cage floor. Lashley then takes control of the match and Knight hits McIntyre with a DDT on the cage floor. Orton then gains momentum, but his back seems to be bothering him. Ruh-roh. The United States champion Logan Paul enters the match and Owens brings the fight to him. Owens slams Paul into the pod multiple times, but Paul bashes Owens' head off the cage wall. Lashley then sends Owens through the pod and sends Paul through another pod with a spear. McIntyre then hits Lashley with a claymore, then hits Lashley with another claymore to eliminate him. Knight then takes the fight to McIntyre and slams Orton back first onto the mat. Knight then hits McIntyre with a suplex. Knight then counters an RKO and a blunt force trauma. AJ Styles then interrupts the attack, which I have a feeling when the door was open, that's how he came in. Interrupts and attacks Knight with a chair. Styles then hits Knight with a Styles Clash onto the chair. McIntyre then pins Knight to eliminate him. Owens then slams Paul onto the cage wall and hits a number of cannonballs. Owens then gets a 2 count with a swanton. McIntyre then blocks a second swanton attempt. Owens then hits McIntyre with a pop-out powerbomb and delivers a stunner on Paul. Owens then hits Owens with a RKO finisher and eliminates Owens. McIntyre and Orton is then traded blows, and Orton places Paul on the top rope. McIntyre then nails Orton with a neck breaker. Paul then jumps off the top of the pod and onto McIntyre. Paul then brings out his brass knuckles, but Orton hits Paul with an RKO out of nowhere to eliminate him. And that was the best thing he ever did. The crowd was going completely crazy. Orton then counters a Future Shock DDT attempt from McIntyre and hits him with a spiked DDT. Orton then sets McIntyre up for a DDT, but McIntyre evades it. McIntyre then hits Orton with a spinebuster. McIntyre goes for a claymore, but Orton collapses. Orton then hits an RKO out of nowhere, but Logan Paul gets back in the ring and nails Orton with a brass knuckles. McIntyre then pins Orton to win the match, and he is going to be facing Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So now we have Becky and Rhea. We have Seth and Drew, Cody and Roman, Io and Bayley. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 matches already set to go. And what is it? February? We have 4 fucking matches already. I love it. I love it. Keep on doing this, Paul. Keep on doing this. WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque makes his way down to the ring and thanks the fans in Australia from the land down under. I had to say it one more time. I'm sorry. For inviting the WWE into their home. Triple H says it has been an incredible night and the attendance for the Elimination Chamber is 52,590 fans. Wow. And that's just for like a B-level pay-per-view. Could you imagine if that was a WrestleMania? Come on, people. It would be fucking crazy. We go to the main event, the WWE Women's World Championship match. Australia's own Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. The match starts off with Ripley and Jax feeling each other out. Ripley gets some early strikes on Jax. Jax then runs through Ripley and squashes her in the process. Jax then grounds Ripley and counters to outpower her. Jax then puts Ripley in a stretch muffler. Jax then puts Ripley in a torture rack, and Mommy escapes the hole by turning it into a guillotine. Jax then delivers Ripley 2 power bombs in a row on Ripley, then gets a 2 count after hitting Ripley with a leg drop. Ripley then kicks Jax's legs out from underneath her and stomps the irresistible force. Ripley then hits a missile dropkick on Jax, and Jax nails Ripley with a Samoan drop. Jax then hits a second Samoan drop on Ripley from the second rope. Ripley then slams Jax face first into the turnbuckle and gets a 2 count after hitting a frog splash. And I want to let you know about the outfit. Ho, 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 ho. Mamacita. Muy caliente. Ooh, wow. Muy caliente. Jax then sends Ripley to the floor, but Ripley trips Jax, and Jax lands hard on the apron. Jax then slams Ripley onto the. She did it like a sit out drop or something, and everybody in the fucking arenas kept saying, "My hole, my hole." I spit my coffee out. I was watching this on the train. I legitimately no, I was I what? Yeah, I was watching it on the train. Hilarious. So Ripley through the table and an elbow drop, and then gets back into the ring. Jax hits Ripley with an annihilator and gets a near fall. Ripley then hits a suplex on Jax, followed by a riptide for the finisher for the 1, 2, 3. She retains, and she will be taking on Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. And it's, oh my God, I'm under an hour, people. I love it. I love it. I love these types of um reviews, because guess what? I can get the hell out of here for the evening. It's a Saturday night and I'm enjoying myself. What you could do also be joining is me on social media. Please go follow me on Facebook, Threads, Instagram. Follow me on X, TikTok, and Cameo, all Mel's Match Chat. While you're here, please go and like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you will know about it. I went live on Wednesday night right after Dynamite with episode 329. Please go check it out. It's on the channel. Go check it out, please. Also, please go and check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Please go also check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. House of Glory. Please go check out their events, which are going to be this coming Saturday. Reckoning. We have debuts of Mustafa Ali versus Alex Shelley. For the Crown Jewel Championship, Lusombra versus Lance Hawaii. Hog World Heavyweight Champion Mike Santana versus Penta El Zeno Mieno. Sweet Cheeks versus Danhausen. Friday, April 5th, Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be having a show together on WrestleMania weekend. Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red. Alex Shelley versus Hog Champion Mike Santana, the Rascals, Grizzly Young Veterans. Steve Macklin versus Charles Mason. And Saturday, May 25th, Boston, El Hijo Vikingo, AAA World Heavyweight Mega Champion from AAA Mexico. So go check all that out. HOG Wrestling. These events will be on Thriller TV, also known as Fight app. And if you want to get tickets for I think it's WrestlingRevolverTix.com. You'd have to look up the actual website and they'll take you there. But that's it. Very fucking quick and easy, very painless. I loved every minute of it. It was great. I didn't just like getting up in the morning. That was like not my forte. I don't think so. So I will be back here this Friday for episode 3:30. And then this Sunday, I'm going to be going live at 9 o'clock in the morning. Or even maybe a little later. You know what? I'm going to push it to noon. I'm going to do noon for the preview and prediction for AEW Revolution, where it's Sting's last match. So, this is going to be special this week. It's, all dedicated to Sting. So, I want everybody to have a great rest of your weekend. Check out the rest of the content. I love you all, and I'll see you this Friday for episode 3:30. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I love you all.